Yeah, it is kind of similar. And it's strange because I don't usually look at the bottom of the deck, but you guys have got the sun here at the bottom as well. So, I mean, amazing energy coming in. And I'm going to tell you what I told Aquarius as well. That that's just it. You know, when some kind of amazing energy comes in like this, we're not always braced to deal with it. And you guys have some fabulous cards. Look at what's coming up here. So, yeah, you're like, well, tell us what's coming up there. Let me just take a sip of coffee, guys. I actually wasn't, I'll be honest with you. Oh gosh, I'm hitting the mic. I'm a mess, guys. I actually wasn't going to put weeklies up. I'd done 7 of them over the weekend and I was just done. I was going to see how I felt today. It's Monday morning, 13th today. So you guys are the first ones that I'm doing. I thought, let's give them a go. If the energy feels right, I'll put them up. The energy feels right, Pisces. So the Queen of Wands is coming up here and, you know, this is fire energy. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but remember, the signs don't own the cards, they just lend their characteristics. And so far we've had we had Virgo coming up with the Hermit. We have Taurus here. So you have just about everything. Could be anyone, right? It's more about the characteristics. What's the Queen of Wands like? She's very confident. She's sexy. She can't even speak. She's sexy. She's attractive. She knows what she wants and she knows how to get it. She knows how to use what she has. You know, she's one of those people that I don't think she understands what no is. That's a great way to be sometimes. One of the worst things that I come across is that people that want, but they don't know what they want. And she doesn't have that problem. When she sees something and she knows she wants it, she knows she wants it and she'll go for it. So there's a level of confidence that's coming up here for you guys. She's beautiful energy to have. And it may be that this is signifying that for this week, just on this card alone, we'll have a look at the rest in a moment. It looks kind of relationship oriented, I'll tell you that. But, you know, we can love more than just people, right? The Queen of Wands, you might be found very attractive this week. You may have more than, you know, you may get some offers coming in. Whatever kind of offers those might be. People can find you. What's the thing with attractive? Attractive doesn't just mean looks good. Attractive, I mean, for some people, that is what attracts them. But attractive means able to attract what you want to yourself. Wands are manifestation energy. Energy that you put out into the world. It draws back. It's like a magnet, right? So she can effortlessly get what she wants. And you may be drawing in offers and there's a whole energy of new beginnings coming up this week. I say in the outro that I'm glad the eclipses are over. From your reading, it looks like you're glad the eclipses are over as well. So beautiful energy to have here. And now, what's at the heart of this reading? The Ace of Cups, which is about a new beginning in love, or a second chance at love, even it can be. This is healing. This is empowerment. This is emotional growth. It's beautiful energy. It's where our cup is full. Now, what I always talk about is, if you follow me on Instagram, you've heard me go on about this before, but the Ace of Cups, it's where everything starts. Every great love story, no matter what we love, right? If we love our careers, love our partners, you know, want the romantic story of the era, it begins with our own cup. Now, when you get to the Two of Cups, that's someone whose cup matches your own. So when you're at the Ace of Cups, doesn't it make sense to look at what's in your cup and to start your story with a cup that's overflowing? That you're happy, that you're in love, that you have joy, that you have all of this kind of fulfillment, emotional growth, this kind of energy. You know, too often people start with the Ace of Cups. They start with an empty cup. They're looking for someone else to fill their cup. But then they meet someone who also has an empty cup, because that's the whole thing with the Two of Cups. The cup is the same. The person's cup matches your cup. But I would say with the Queen of, it's a little extra kind of tarot lesson there about the Ace of Cups. But with the Queen of Wands coming up here with the Ace of Cups, that cup's full. That cup is full. In fact, that combination is almost like the Queen of Cups on steroids, which is your energy, right? Which is, you know, I know what my cup is worth. I know what is in my cup. Who am I going to offer this to? Now, it may be, look how she's kind of turning away from the cup. Somebody could be offering you their cup. And you're trying to figure out, well, you know, what's in their cup? Is this what I want? I will say this to you. There's something that you were very committed to. We have the Hierophant here. This is kind of the tried and tested way, like, you know, following what's always been done. The prescribed path, that's the Hierophant. We're committed to it. These are the rules. We're going to play by the rules. Queen of Wands doesn't colour in, she doesn't stay in the lines, unless she wants to. I like it. There's a kind of rebellious feeling here coming up, and I kind of like that, but I'm an Aquarian sun, so, it makes sense. But there's a kind of strange message coming in here, and I mean strange as in, and you guys will understand, you're Pisces, of course you'll understand, but, the past energy, it's last week, last month, last year, it doesn't matter. There's something that you were. You did it right. You coloured in the lines. You followed the rules. I don't think you're ready to follow the rules anymore. This is tradition, right? Whatever we find traditional. Card for Taurus. This could be a relationship we were committed to, a company that we worked in, did our 9 to 5. This is that kind of life. What we conform to. No one makes us conform to it. We choose to conform to it. We commit to it. It's a religion. It's, an institute of higher learning, whatever it is, but we are committed to it. But not now. You've got this kind of new energy coming in. And even more than that, you've got the Fool coming in. Now, the Hierophant can talk, it's for me anyway, it can talk about groups, the people of the same religion as us, the people that go to my university, or the people that work in the same company as me. It's the herd, and there's nothing wrong with that. I know we get to, the tribe. It's that we choose to conform to those rules that group or that tribe adheres to. Not anymore. We've got the Fool. This is you setting out on your own. This is a brand new beginning. A major new life cycle is beginning for you. And there's a kind of go, go, go energy here, Pisces. Because you have the Fool here. The Fool doesn't have a map. That's what I mean about this rebellious kind of nature. You've had it. You had commitment. You had something stayed and kind of tried and tested and true. And you knew what this was. And it's all good, right? Comfortable. We have the Hierophant in our life for a reason. Because it brings us stability and support. It brings structure to our lives. But whatever has, got you wanting to feel a new way, or you have this desire, it's a new emotional cycle, whatever it is that you love. It's about loving something. You're ready to go in a totally new direction. This is about the experience. You're in it for the experience. And I love that the Queen of Wands is here. I mean, he's very similar to the Knight of Wands for me. Both the Knight of Wands and the Fool, they both are in it for the experience. They don't care what happens. He doesn't have a map. He doesn't even care where he's going. He's dancing around near the edge of a cliff. Why? Because he knows he's going to land on his feet. He's in it just for the experience, something new. There's a very kind of, as much as I love the Hierophant, I never used to, but I do. I love the Hierophant. Every card has its place. Every energy has its place. There's a sense of, I just want to be free. This is very stifling energy compared to where it goes. And the Fool doesn't know. Like I said, it's a complete leap of faith because there's no guarantees. You don't know what's coming up on the path. And you're going into uncharted territory. But it's all good. She knows what she has. She's not even the Knight of Wands. She's the Queen. She has even more sass than the Knight of Wands. That she can do this. So this week kind of feels like, may not be the beginning of that, but it's, you are setting out. You're deciding, I'm ready to go again. I'm ready to start a new adventure. I'm going on this new journey. And yeah, I don't know where it's going to lead me, but I'm going to do it. Now, we have the where does this lead? It leads to the 6 of Cups, which is what I said. It's kind of, it goes in a cycle because this is the past. The 6 of Cups talks about the past, nostalgia. And what is in the past, the Hierophant. I feel like you commit to something new. You commit to something new because as much as you do want the freedom and you want a new experience, you do like this. I mean, who doesn't? That's why I said it brings structure, right? It's nice to commit to something. It's nice to say that I'm part of this. This is what I believe. This is my tradition. It may be a new spiritual belief for some of you. This is very spiritual energy. This very spiritual energy. This may also be about shining. I mean, the Queen of Wands, she to me is the celebrity in the tarot. The King, Queen of Wands, they are made to be in the spotlight. But you could be shining your light in a different area altogether. So for some of you, this could be, I mean, we have the 4 of Wands coming up as the advice. I'll go back to the 6 of Cups in a moment. And this is, this could be a change of house, a change of job, changing the energy around you. But this card is also one of commitment. With the 6 of Cups coming up here, I think you remember, think about it. You're going to remember the good aspects of this. Nostalgia. This is not bad. This can be, yes, someone comes back from the past, a situation or event, but, you'll know about that. There's no surprises here. There's no tower coming in. You're kind of headed that way. If you're in, a connection with someone, this is kind of a new beginning for that. It goes in a totally different direction. You want a new experience, and you can make that happen. It's not about leaving people behind. There's no breakup energy here. All the cards are really positive. This might all just be happening internally. Like someone could look at you, Pisces, and see that you're shining a little brighter, but not see any of this happening. Because all of this can be internal. And a lot of the shifts that have been taking place have been internal for people. A change of what you commit to. Thinking back and remembering that the good aspects of, if you're completely single, this might be that, maybe you've been completely single. Maybe you've been okay, kind of wandering around on your own, experiencing life, enjoying your freedom. And now you remember the good aspects of being, or, the more fulfilling, there is no good or bad, but, the commitment, enjoying that, the structure of being in something. The same goes if you've been traveling, then you might like what am I trying to say? The structure of being kind of in a place, being part of a group, being part of something. Or work, maybe you've been freelancing. I can see the Fool as being someone who freelances. And then you're like, well, maybe I'd like to be part of a company again. But you remember the things that appeal to you. The Six of Cups can be rose-tinted glasses, so just remember that we can just remember the good aspects of something when we get the Six of Cups here. But we have the Ace of Cups above it. So whatever it is that you liked about the past, this Hierophant energy, whatever that means for you, you do it in a new way. It's a brand new cycle. It's not about doing the same thing again. And why can you do it that way? Well, we have the Four of Wands coming up as your advice. This tells you have a great foundation. A great foundation here. Whatever you've been doing, it's amazing. Beautiful foundation to build on. But where are you going to take that? These two both talk about commitment. It's kind of amazing because if you have a look at this, right, so let's start from these two. The Queen of Wands and the Fool. They're very much about the experience, about the enjoyment, the passion, the creativity, the faith that this will happen or what I want will happen or I'll just enjoy the experience. That's those two. Then we have this emotion in the middle, Ace of Cups, Six of Cups coming up. Doing something new, but that's a brand new cycle. But this is something fueled from the past when things were more innocent, when things were beautiful. Reconnecting with that could be a situation from the past that comes back, but this time it's less structured. It's more kind of, you're able to do it in a way that you want to do, that's more emotionally fulfilling for you, and then you can truly commit. Now it's about committing again, but in a new way. That's what I mean. Aquarius got something very similar, but different cards, but very similar energy to this. Right, Pisces, let's see what we've got coming up for you. Love makes a difference. Love can help heal past hurts and provides a sense of security, self-worth, and importance. And that makes sense. I mean, if this is something new that you love, right? So whether that's a relationship, a romantic partner, friend, whatever, business, work, it can be anything. I always think, I always feel bad for people when they try to confine the energies to just one area to narrowly, well, Ace of Cups has to be love. Yes, it is love, but we can love in all areas of our life, right? If for some of you, you were stuck in something like this and you were been doing the kind of freelance or single or just not wanting to be attached thing, then yeah, it feels like you remember why love makes a difference. That kind of Six of Cups coming in here, you remember why it makes a difference. And I kind of feel like it's even better than the past. Obviously, the universe never downgrades us. We always get upgraded. Always. If we remember that and we go into each new situation, because we take what we know from the previous situation to a new one. That's what the Fool does. Why does he not need a map? Because he has all the knowledge from the previous cycle. He's just done, won the Magician all the way through to 21 the world. Now he's ready to go again, start a new cycle. And he has that. He has the knowledge of whatever this was. But I think it kind of feels like you draw on the best aspects of the past. That's what you want to reconnect with. The emotional aspects. There's very emotional energy here. And not in a bad way. Like people say emotional, they think you're going to start crying or something. There's nothing wrong with emotions. It's what we do with them. And this kind of feels like you're using it to fuel where you're going. Where you're going in the future. Yet some of you have got something going on with an Aquarius. Why am I saying that? Because Aquarius got yang. That's the masculine principle. You guys got yin, which is the feminine principle. This is about conscious allowing. Conscious allowing. It's and what does that mean? That's not wait and see. I don't believe there's a single wait and see energy that comes up. Even when we have cards that tell us to be patient or do whatever, we're doing something else. It's not about just sitting there twiddling our thumbs, waiting for an energy to come in or waiting for someone to come in. That it doesn't happen. You know, I'd love someone to point out a card where that tells you that. I don't think that ever says that. So conscious allowing is you decide what you want to receive. You're the one that puts the bowl out to receive, right? This is the receptacle. That's yin energy. This is not a time to push ahead. And I don't feel that. I mean, you have kind of feminine energy coming up in, and we all have masculine and feminine, you know, energies within us. So this is the more receptive, and you have loyal heart coming up with this. Loyal heart talks about loyalty from other people, and are we being loyal to our dreams? Wherever you've shown loyalty, loyalty comes back to you. But very importantly, this is about, are you loyal to your dreams? A lot of us aren't. What does that mean? It means if we have a dream, I don't know, say I have a dream to be a songwriter, and I can't write songs for shit, but we'll use that example. So if I have a dream to be a songwriter, but all I do is work myself ridiculously crazy and then throughout the day, and then I come back and play video games or something, I'm not being loyal to my dream. You know, if I'm a songwriter, then I write songs, but I'm not being loyal to my dream if I'm not doing that. If I just think, oh yeah, one day I'll be a songwriter, how? And, you know, that's yin as well. That's an example of yin. So if I'm a songwriter, some people might say, well, then, you know, I don't have to write anything. I'll just wait. Who's going to notice your songs? The bowl that you put out, the receptacle, is then you would at least write a song and put it out there, right? That's the conscious allowing. Allow it to be seen by other people. So, I mean, there's a very kind of new energy here, something that you want that makes you happy, you know, a new cycle that's beginning for you. You have two cards about beginnings coming in here and two cards of commitment. But are you loyal to this? Are you willing to do what it takes to get this? It's a leap of faith. There's no guarantees. You know, a lot of times I get readings every day from people where they want to know what is it right? Is this the best thing? Because people don't trust themselves, and you just have to trust what your dream is. You have to just trust what your dream is and trust that you can attract it. You can bring in whatever you need to bring in. Oh my gosh. So this applies to this. Here, have a look. Dearest you, isn't it amazing how things seem to come round again? Full circle in ways you could not possibly have planned. You wonder how a dream could die only to be resurrected years later when you're really ready. You thought it was time back then, but your wisdom knows better than your small self, whose desires are unmet. Now, here you are with a new opportunity to do things from a different, more mature perspective. And that's these two, right? We want you to trust that in this new opportunity for rebirth, you'll be called in two directions. And the one that is unfamiliar will be the right one. In the unknown spaces, the uncharted places of infinite potential, we are waiting to guide you into your fullest life. Big bounty will come if you remain in the present. You've come full circle, and now you can see that everything changes, is made new, and is given new hope. Loving you always. And guys, that is your reading. That's where you are. That's why I was kind of saying, thank you. The postcard from Spirit kind of summed up, you know, that what I was saying was a weird kind of message. Because you were committed to something. You went off, you know, started something new, but it's almost like you come back to it. You come back to it, but you do it in a new way. The Ace of Cups says that. The Ace of Cups says that. Beautiful energy. Beautiful, beautiful. Lots happening here. But like I said, it may start off internally this week. But that's where everything great starts. You know, what's in your cup? That's the main thing to remember here. What is in your cup? Because whatever you take out in your cup, that's what you will get matched back.